Right, you're welcome once again. We have a question on the board. Given that root 5 minus 2 root 6 is equals to root a plus root b, where a is greater than b, find the values of a and b. So, just as our questions reads, root 5 minus 2 root 6 equal to root a plus root b. We have to note that a is greater than b. We have to find the values of a and b. So to do this, what we do is that we first have to deal with the radical signs. So what we do is that we square both sides. So we square the left hand side and also square the right hand side. So when that is done, realize that on the left hand side, the square will be able to clear the square root. Then we'll be left with our root 6. So in view of that, we are left with 5 minus 2 root 6 on the left hand side, but on the right hand side we need to expand, and when we do that successfully, we'll be getting a plus b plus 2 root a b. If you proceed, the next thing we need to do is to compare the right hand side to the left hand side. You realize that this our a plus b is equivalent to this 5, so we equate the two. So 5 is equals to a plus b, and that's our equation 1. When we continue, when we equate our root 2 to the other side, realize that we have our 2 root 6 being equal to 2 root ab. Good. This means that since we have 2 here and 2 here, we can equate root 6 to be equal to root ab. Right, and that should be our equation 2. So if we proceed, or if we continue, realize that from equation 1, we have 5 is equals to a plus b. We can decide to make any of them the subject. In this case, if you make a the subject, you have 5 minus b being equal to a. So this will be our equation 3. So we come to our equation 2 and check what they gave us. Equation 2 gave us root 6 to be equal to root ab. So in view of that, remember from our equation 3, we now have our let's check. Yes, we now have our a to be equal to 5 minus b. So in view of that, we go back and check. So our a is equals to 5 minus b. So root 6, we insert it into this part of the equation. So this part of the equation, 5 minus b multiplying our b. Right. So as we continue, the only thing we have to do is that remove the radical sign again. So we do so by squaring both sides. So when that is done, we have 6 squared being equal to the square of what we have here, 5 minus b times b, this all squared. So this 6, the square will take care of this, and this also take care of this. So we have 6 being equal to 5b minus b squared. Remember, we are arriving at a quadratic equation. We want to avoid negative b squared, so we move all the numbers here to the left hand side. So in doing so, we'll be having b squared minus 5b plus 6 to be equal to 0. So we find two roots which will be able to satisfy this equation, and when that is done, we are expected to get b minus 2 and b minus 3 to be equal to 0. When that is done, it means our b should be equal to 2 or 3. Right, now we come back to our equation, initial equation that we had, where we were told that 5, let's go back and check that equation. Yes, 5 minus b is equals to 8, that's the equation. So 5 minus b is equals to 8, that's the equation. So when b is equals to 2, we have 5 minus 2 being equal to a. So in that case, our a is equal to 3. Then when b is equals to 3, we have 5 minus 3 being equal to a. In that case, our a is equals to 2. Good. So next thing is that we consider the conditions that was given to us. What were the conditions given to us? We are told that our a is greater than our b. So our a is greater than our b. In view of that, the two values that we are getting, our a should be the greatest one. So remember, we have two values for a, that is 2 and 3. Then we have two values for b, which is 3 and 2. But we are saying that in these cases, the greatest should be that of the the a rather. So in view of that, our a will be given the 3 and our b will be given the 2. Now in view of that, it means that we can rewrite our final answer to be our root of 5 minus 2 root 6 to be equal to root 3 plus root 2. And that does it for the final solution. Thank you for watching.